The Red Pill Phone Tap is coming at you again. I am Wesley with my esteemed co-host Anthony.
I'm in this bitch.
And we've got a great show planned for you tonight. I'm always excited, Anthony, when we have a topic we don't come up with prior to the show. We have something we've been kind of spitballing between each other a couple weeks. This is a kind of a topic tonight that Anthony and I don't necessarily see eye to eye on some things. So it should be very, very interesting. I'm excited about this because this topic kind of came to me, and I would love to plug this gentleman's show. He doesn't need our help. But if you haven't heard of Kevin Samuel, please go check out his show on YouTube. Kevin Samuel is just I'm not kidding when I say I could sit there and listen to his show for 4 to 6 hours. No problem. No problem at all.
Yeah, four. I can listen to it 4 to 6 weeks. No problem at all. Like, test.
You were saying you could listen to six hours a day for 6 weeks.
Yeah, no, it's real easy. It's easy to consume the content because it's not just him going in monologues for 3 hours. Kind of like me and Wesley, we get on our soapbox and you just hear us ranting, but he brings in the element of the woman, and they get to use their intelligence to try to combat
or lack thereof.
Wesley always with the fucking dagger. Oh, you calling these bitches smart? These bitches dumb as fuck.
Or lack thereof. I'm only saying that because this is what Kevin Samuel does on his show. Is he does the same thing that Patrice O'Neal does on the Black Phillips show, where he brings women into the program so you can see it's not just, I mean, what you and I are saying is real, but real time brings women into the show so you can see their fuckery and how absolutely clueless they are when it comes to all this shit. Excuse me. Quick sneeze. But Kevin Samuel has really changed my paradigm a little bit. And tonight's segment, guys, is going to be about women have been lied to. Okay? And Anthony, what really brought this together, because I've been thinking about this topic for a couple of weeks. What really brought this together was something you and I were talking about yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And we were talking about guys who kind of come in hot when they're approaching and talking and dating women. They kind of come in hot. They kind of come in with this predisposed like anger and this attitude of fuck these dumb hoes, and you know what I'm saying? They're kind of coming in hot, and they think they're being slick. They think that they're not oozing this out of all of their pores, and they are. And this is what I'd like to call, I mean, this segment to me is inspired by, you can either be black pill, hate all women, angry at women, coming in, like I said, coming in hot, or you can come in what I'd like to call aware. Just come in with the knowledge of this shit. And when you're aware of the limitations of things, then it allows you to be the smooth, charming guy that you really should be leaning more into. Because if you're letting women change who you are, if you've just become, because women have made you this way, if you've just become this nihilist, this woman-hating creature, then you're not living your truth. You're not. I mean, Anthony, you and I were talking about how we observe a lot of guys in the red pill community coming in. I mean, they're just kind of coming in with some angst, right? They're kind of coming in. It'd be like, I think I shared with you, I watched recently a Dennis Rodman 30 for 30 on ESPN. Mm-hmm. You know what that dude could not hide? Love playing basketball, man. And Dennis Rodman could not get on the court and not play balls out and play hard. He just couldn't avoid it. There was just something inside him where, I mean, he had to, I mean, jumping into the stands, trying to get loose balls. And, I mean, dude, I couldn't believe this motherfucker at one time in his career averaged 19 rebounds a night. Wow. I mean, you're just talking about work. Never wanted the basketball for himself. He just had a real passion for it. And even though he wasn't a high scorer, everybody watching that dude play during his glory days in Detroit when he won back-to-back titles up there, they just watch this guy work, and it's a real marvel when you see somebody just doing shit really, really well. You know?
Yeah.
When you see people that are black pill, and by the way, black pill guys are welcome here too, okay? But I'm telling you guys, when I see black pill guys, when I see people that are coming in with this angst, when I see people coming in hot, they don't look like the happiest people in the world to me, Anthony. They always seem like they could be happier. And what this segment is about, guys, when we say women have been lied to also, because you guys have been lied to. All these fucking movies where the nice guy finishes first, and women want men that cry, and women don't want Chris Hemsworth and Dwayne Johnson. They want a video game nerd. All this bullshit you've been lied to, and that's why guys become black pill. It's not that reality is that terrible. It's that they've been fucking told the opposite shit, and they can't process in their minds, Anthony, the lost time that they have. Fuck, I'm 34 years old. I've been thinking that the world was this way for 34 years. You mean to tell me women don't love you for who you are? Damn it. And then they become angry, and then some men die angry. This is the way they live the rest of their life, just angry. And I'm here to tell you guys, we're just here to offer the truth. That's what the red pill is, right? We're just here offering the truth. And one of the bitter truths, and this isn't a segment about us siding with women, guys, but this is the truth. Women have been lied to. And you know, Anthony, do you know where I see this coming to a head in society? I see eventually where we're headed is you're going to have the MGTOW guys on one side of the fence. And on the other side of the fence, you're going to have the I don't need no man group. I got a master's degree. I don't need no man. On the other side, MGTOW, if you guys don't know what that stands for, is men going their own way. They don't need women, and women don't need men. And that's where we're going to be. And sex robots in between, right? It doesn't have to be this way.
It sounds really sad.
It doesn't have to be this way. I got to ask you point blank, Anthony. When you think of one thing that sticks out to you that women have been taught that is completely false. I mean, we could have a fucking 6-hour conversation about this. But when you talk about like women being taught something, like at a high level, like the whole societal machine's teaching them this, their parents are teaching them this, which one really sticks out to you? That's like a cardinal lie. Where
they can do anything a man can.
Yeah, that's the big one, right?
Yeah.
You know what? And I think you nailed that on the head.
Yeah.
You can't pee standing up. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
They can, but it's gonna be some leakage.
You gotta bring out some extra equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some leakage on the thigh, or you're gonna have to do this awkward fucking stance that don't look natural.
Anthony, if women can do anything that men can do, why are there no women in the NBA?
I know the answer. I just
you're like
asinine fucking.
Oh, I know, but I mean, if for our female listeners, I mean, how do you reconcile that? Is it that the NBA is sexist?
No. Neither is the NFL. I mean,
no women players in the NFL, huh?
No. They don't even let women play tennis on the same court versus men. So, and golf, and that ain't even against another man. That's against the course itself.
That's a good take, by the way. Remember Michelle Wee tried to play against men, and it was like, never mind. We won't try that anymore. One that really sticks out to me, Anthony. We've seen the blue-haired feminist, and they're just so crazy proud to be a feminist. You know what I'm talking about? You've seen all these types on Twitter. Have you ever seen the before and after photos of like before they were a feminist and after they were a feminist?
Mm-mm.
They always cut their hair really short.
Yeah, that's the one of the...
Yeah, they always get piercings in their face. Tattoos.
Or even... Why do they color their hair all the time? What's up with that?
I don't know. And it's one of those things where it's like, I'm a feminist. I don't have to look like a Barbie doll. Yeah. And women, that's another lie. Women can just be different, and it's really attractive. It's not.
Who are these guys that are attracted to these women that are trying to be men?
Well, I have that written down here in my notes, Anthony, if you can. Because I have all these lies written down on my page for the show for you guys. And I have underneath it in big letters, like holding all these things up on their shoulders. And it's scarcity mindset men, a.k.a. simps. This only exists because there's always some dude. It's like, Anthony, when they have a strike, the whole thing is like, all right, man, we need a $2 an hour raise. This is bullshit. We're having to work here and be on welfare and work an Uber side job.
Damn.
I work 50 hours a week here. Why can't we get a livable wage? Look, Anthony, we got to go on strike. The most important thing to do, though, we got to stick together. We got to stick together. We can't allow, we're just going to all not show up. And then they're going to have to deal with it, and they're going to have to eventually give us a raise. Nah, men can't do that. But I want a little bit of vagina. Don't scare the pussy away.
Oh, I thought you was talking about they can't go on strike or form a union. I was like...
Well, that's a problem too, isn't it?
I mean, they can. It's been proven, but I think...
Well, they have unions, but they were probably formed back in the 70s.
Right.
Not a lot of new unions being made.
No new unions have been formed since modern man is. Modern man won't be able to stand strong in unity that way because, like, hey, I got to eat, you know.
It'd be a lot better. We could just, this whole list of lies that women get told to spare their feelings, and so that life becomes what they want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no way getting around it. Going back to the blue hair feminists, what do they have to do? They either have to grow their hair back out, change it back to a normal color, hope they didn't get too many tattoos, and then they can go back to living a normal life. They can be desired by men again. I don't need no man. I know. I don't need no man on one side of the fence, the MGTOWs on the other. You guys can live that way, no problem. I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be that way. Guys, you've been lied to, but I need you guys to understand before you come in hot, before you become all black pill, before you, fuck these hoes. I want to give you these facts that women have been lied to also. Men should chase me. True or false, Anthony? This is one of another big one. Women always say, "I want to be chased by a man."
Yeah, pursue. Yeah, chase. I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Anthony, do you think they came up with that on their own?
No.
I want to be chased.
No.
They saw it in a movie. Their mom told them that bullshit because their mom don't fucking know any better.
They were in a female huddle.
Yeah. I want to be pursued. Female huddle is always this fake confidence they get from one another. Then they go out in the real world and none of the shit's true.
But that shit didn't play out the way y'all planned it, did it?
No. No, now you're 35 years old and you have blue hair and a bunch of tattoos on your neck and don't nobody want you. Because you were lied to, ladies.
But I can do the same thing man can. It goes from being real loud, right, to now. But I can do what men can.
Can't I? Yeah, they start to question it. Can't I? Why am I so lonely?
And then they start asking the questions they should have asked when they were way younger.
Yeah.
And it's too late.
It's too late. But here's one that you can never escape. Here's another lie. Well, it's a double standard. How come when men sleep with a bunch of women, they're considered a stud? But when women do it, it's like we're sluts. It's a double standard.
Yes,
I need to be able to I should be able to. Okay, ladies, here's what's going to happen to you. You heard it here, so don't act like you've never heard it. The more you sleep with men, the less you become emotionally attached to sex. What do women run on, Anthony? What is the fuel for women?
Emotion.
Yeah. So if you can't emotionally attach to sex anymore, that's going to be a huge problem bonding with somebody for the rest of your life. When sex no longer means anything because you've had 300 or 400 hot dogs in the oven. When sex has just become like mac and cheese. I mean, Anthony, how often do you eat lobster?
Maybe once every 3 months.
Yeah. By the way, hashtag same here. I'm like once a quarter, once every 3 months. Crab is my favorite food.
Yeah. Even that's not.
But if I just ate it every day, like it was just a box of mac and cheese I could just throw together, it's not going to be very special to me.
No.
If you've had 400 or 500 dicks in your vagina, sex has now just become like a boxed dinner you can grab and.
I want to ask women this question though, because I hear this a lot about how men do it, and the thing is, men get called dogs and pigs and players and all these derogatory terms for sleeping with women, but you saying women are attracted to them, and yet when you do it, when you get shamed the way same men get shamed by being called names and guilt-tripped and insulted, you say, but men do it. Well, okay, yes, men do it, and guess what? They get called these names by, guess what? You same women. And now you want to get in, do what they do, and now when you get called names, hoes, sluts, and all this shit, well, I should be able to do that. But you okay, no one said you couldn't. But now that you're doing it, guess what?
Consequences.
You get called names just like guys do. Now this is what equality feels like. Okay? So you sitting here wanting to be special by doing the same thing somebody else was doing, but you want to be elevated higher.
Right.
Where's the equality now?
Well, and again, they've been lied to, haven't they? They were told if they went and did this sexual revolution, they would be looked at and respected equal to men. That's what they were told. And it's just simply not true. Sounds good though, right?
Yeah, that's that church. Stop going in this church. I'm gonna tell you guys that pastor,
Anthony's infamous Church of Sound Good.
That pastor lying to y'all. Stop going to the Church of Sound Good. Because when you get out here, when you get out of the congregation, right, and you get out in the real world, he ain't there to save you, is he? He can make you feel better, you know. You can go watch your Derek Jacksons and your Steve Harveys and feel better about what you've been doing and how, and your mindset of what you think is good for you, best for you. But when you try to connect with a man that you perceive as high value, and he don't choose you, you can't blame that man. We're in control of relationships. And when you want the relationship and we don't choose you, it's because there's something lacking in you that we find valuable. And what do we find valuable in women? Their femininity, their sexual market value, which is their youth, and, a less beaten up box.
Yeah.
So you want us to value your school. You want us to value your job. You want us to value your successes in your career. You want us to value you being an older woman that has experienced the world enough to have something to talk about in conversation. You want us to value that. But when we don't, you're confused because you believed lies. But when we tell you the truth, you won't want that either.
No. We were listening to a segment from Kevin Samuels, who we were talking about earlier in the show. The name of the segment, and if you guys get a chance to go watch it on YouTube, it says, we need to stop lying to women, but who can tell them the truth?
Themselves. They're going to have to get to the point where they start to self-heal and tell themselves the truth, because men can't do it. Because if we do, we can set an example on what needs to be said, but we can stop lying to them as well, right? Like Kevin Samuels said, we've partaken in the lie to keep them feeling good. But when we partake in the lie and we don't make that lie true, come to past, then they're confused, right? They don't know what's going on, because the men who just wanted you for your body, they gonna tell you the lie, because they know that you're gonna eat it up.
Wow, Anthony, I've never really thought of it like that. All these lies, not only are they not leading to a great life, I never thought of it until you said it. It makes them vulnerable, doesn't it?
Big time.
I never thought of it like that. Yeah, anybody that could just come along and read off this script and tell all these fucking lies. Girl, he ain't call you back? Girl, men should chase you. Men should chase you. Come here, girl. Let me fuck you, put a kid in you, then just fucking leave.
I'm out.
Yeah. Because that's all he wanted anyway.
Has the guy who told you everything you wanted to hear stayed? That's what you should be asking yourself. Has the guy who tried to tell you the truth, was he trying to insult you or try to make you better so he could choose you?
Ooh. Whoa. That's where I wish we had that Drake sound drop.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, and a very fitting title to the song, Laugh Now, Cry Later. Right? I mean, let's go back. I mean, you had some very dense words back there, Anthony. You were talking about one of the other lies women have been told is your education / career makes you more desirable to men.
Bye.
Now, here's where people get a little caught up. If any of you guys have ever had, I'm trying to think of where it was. I think if you remember a restaurant, Anthony, called Shoney's.
Oh yeah, I remember Shoney's.
Yeah, back in the day,
it was in Louisiana a lot. Like Louisiana had a ton of Shoney's.
Shoney's was big in Tennessee, where I grew up too.
Okay, so it's like the southeast.
Yeah. And they had this hot fudge sundae that was on their menu. And what was crazy about it is kids would order the fuck out of this because they were smart. Not every menu item had a picture, but this one did. And it was just this tall, I'm sure Shoney's had the had the container especially built for them for their hot fudge sundaes. It was this tall sundae, and it was filled with ice cream, topped off with hot fudge. Then they went whipped cream, and on the very top, little cherry. Just one cherry. Just one cherry. But this thing was massive. I mean, you guys can't see this, but I'm showing Anthony here my water bottle that's really tall and holds a whole bottle. I mean, it was tall, dude. It was insane. It was a stemmed.
That's like a foot.
Yeah, it was like a stemmed glassware, very fancy. And I remember when I was a kid, I was like, go to Shoney's. Holy shit, what if they let me order this thing? They let me order it once or twice, and what if I get it again? So I'd always get excited if we ever ate at Shoney's. That little cherry, ladies, I don't want to say your career and education mean nothing to men, but that little cherry on top of that big giant sundae that's full of all this other shit, that little cherry represents the ratio of how your career / education makes you sexier to men. It does factor in, but it's just that little tiny piece of fruit on top of this ginormous fucking dessert.
So you telling me you didn't order the cherry?
No. and nobody went to Shoney's and ordered a bowl of cherries either. No, we wanted the ice cream and the fudge and the whipped cream that they make there, and then just top it off. I'm here to tell you. They forget to put that cherry on, probably ain't nobody sending it back.
No.
Right? You know
it's
what?
Nice. I don't need that, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like, this is bullshit. Where's the cherry at?
Yeah.
Said no one ever.
Yeah. Can't eat this fudge without the cherry. No.
But what have their parents taught them, Anthony? You gotta go to college. Nobody. But ain't nobody looking for that cherry, man. But what no one has told women is that the more educated you get, the harder it is to fucking be happy in a relationship with men. This is what we know about women. They never want a guy that's below them, do they, Anthony?
Oh, no.
Lawyers don't date janitors, is what we're saying. We're talking about professionally. Now, if you're a woman, and you are genuinely a fucking scholar, Anthony, those come along every once in a while. Amelia Earhart loved flying planes, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, she was just a special bitch. She loved flying aircraft, and that was just her truth, man. It was impossible for Amelia Earhart to not fly aircraft. She loved it that much. So if you're truly, truly a scholar, and you just want to fucking be a scientist, and you've always wanted to be that, ladies, go get it. But this idea that you need to go get a master's degree so that you can get a man, and ladies, it has nothing to do with the other. Nothing at all to do with the other. You're being lied to. You're being lied to. And let me tell you, before you send me your angry emails, let me tell you, that girl that becomes a secretary, watch how much happier she is with her man and with her marriage than you are. Because you were lied to. I mean, Anthony, have you ever seen that show, a couple episodes of that show, Mad Men? I haven't watched it all the way through. But those secretaries always ended up marrying all the successful dudes in the office because they were hot, they were working there, they were available. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're focused on your job and you're spending all your time at the office, those women are right there, right? And
I know we're losing people, but Anthony, what is the first thing all these educated, career goal-oriented bitches, what's the first thing they want to do when they get married?
You want to quit their job.
They want to quit their job. So stop, ladies. Stop. You're not so career-minded after all, are you? You didn't need this education, did you?
And the reason they want to go, they want a man that makes more than them, so that they can quit their job.
Right.
So it's not. It's
all this education your parents paid for, all this fucking time.
Is it fair for a woman to not want to, or not be able to get married until she pays her debt down, or is that the man's responsibility because he wanted to marry her?
Well, I mean, I don't know what they're going to negotiate amongst each other, but it's certainly not his responsibility. I mean,
well, if she gets pregnant, then it's his responsibility, right?
Right, right. Wouldn't it be?
Well, I'm asking you.
Well, I would say then it would still be the bitch's responsibility to work, right? It's like, hey, I mean, I had a kid. My wife never quit her job.
Do you think that do you think this is a thought out plan?
No, God, no. Jesus Christ. That's another thing they've been lied to.
This is the thing that upset me with women, because they don't see their negatives, only their positives.
Yeah.
And when they introduce themselves to a man, they look at a man's negatives, what he don't have, to take him out, to like disqualify him, right? But they won't look at his positives to be like, okay, yes. But because when we try to talk about, merging different people's lives, all the negative shit that you don't discuss going to come out. You're going to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to see their spending habits, their living habits, their consistencies and inconsistencies. Right? All this is going to come out. But when you hear he got to have this, he got to have that, why isn't it a big why is it not a negation on your part as a woman that I have $50,000 to $100,000 in debt, in student debt?
Yeah.
And you saying I'm gonna want to quit my job if I get pregnant because I want to raise my baby.
And this is where women, and again, they're hitting from the women's tee box, a lot of them,
but
because
Wesley,
because they don't feel like they need to think about any of this shit.
Well, you ain't shit, Wesley, because you don't make enough money to support me.
Yeah,
and my debt that I created.
Yeah, for no reason, because I'm not going to pursue this career anymore. I only got this because society lied to me and said I had to be smart for the sake of nothing. I'm serious. I mean, it's just, what are you going to... So, how many... You took accounting 1 and accounting 2 in college. Now you don't want to work. What the fuck was the point of that shit?
You could have spent that time finding a man. You was young in your youth.
And don't send me your emails about, well, accounting, that helps... you could do the finances in your house. Bullshit. That has one thing has nothing to do with the other.
You know what? I hear women that say that. When
people that haven't taken accounting courses once, because that has nothing to do with like your home finances. Home finances is easy addition and subtraction. Accounting 1 and 2 is hard shit that has nothing to do with budgeting in a house.
No.
Nothing to do at all.
I mean, and there's 4 different certifications you need for accounting.
Yeah, and I'm just talking about my degrees in business. I'm just talking about accounting 1 and accounting 2.
You know what happens when I hear women that get these degrees, especially like in business and accounting and shit you talking about? When I hear them talk about, well, when I get with a man who got something going on, I can help him in his business because I got this degree. Let me ask you something. A man that got his own business going on, what he need you for? He already got that going on.
They don't want to put a lot of thought into this. Yeah,
they feel like, well, he need me. Well, he didn't need you before he built it.
How'd he do it?
But you want to meet him already there, right? No one said, hey, I want to be with this man so I can help build something together. This is what frustrates me. I don't hear you know what? I want to find somebody that's equal to me. When they talk about the equal shit, I want to find somebody who's equal to me. We're both struggling, but we're both going to school. And we're both have the same dream towards achieving something. We both have an entrepreneur spirit, and we can build something together, our own empire, and we'll build a family around that same empire and build that up together. I don't hear that.
Well, do you know what that sounded like to me?
What?
And it sounded like poetic the way you were saying it. And no, I'm serious. It sounded like feminine energy. I'm going to team up with somebody. They're going to be the captain. I'm going to be the XO. We're going to team up. We're going to build something from the ground up. Let me tell you, ladies, go to a NASCAR event. There's not a lot of mechanics hanging out at the finish line to see who wins the race. They're like, hey man, I know how to work on cars, so you probably need me for this next race.
Yeah.
Bitch, we been had the fucking mechanic.
Yeah.
We already got a tire guy. You can't just sit here and hang out at the fucking finish line and choose what car team you want to work for. How the fuck it works.
They want a finished product because women want winners. And they say that they want to be queens, right? But can you be a queen alone?
No.
So they always want to be with somebody who has already got a throne.
Well, there's this one Queen Elizabeth that was brilliant, ladies. That's another thing you've been lied to about. If we can talk in vast generalities and it's 90% true, if you come up with one fucking exception,
now all of a sudden
you've won the argument. You dumb bitch. There ain't a goddamn smart person on planet fucking Earth. You know, if Stephen Hawking sits around for years, talking about astrophysics and shit. Yeah, but one time this one black hole didn't eat all of the matter around it. Man, shut up. Like you're smarter than Stephen Hawking now. Man, shut up.
Well, what I hate too is the assumption that somebody needs you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you be a part of a team? Because that's when you go for a job. Do you go to the job and it's like, hey, I'm here to run shit?
Oh, I know. Now that I'm hired, I'm equal. I'm equal to the CEO now that I got hired on.
Well, no, you came in as a secretary. You can't be the CEO. Look, I like your inspiration, but listen, you came here for one position. We need you to do that position well first. Okay? Show me you can do the job that you was interviewing for first. All right? Let's do that. But
this is why we can't have women on this podcast, because I can hear what women are going to say before the fuck they say it. So you would have said that just then, and they would have stopped the whole exchange of thoughts as we rapidly exchange thoughts back and forth. So all you saying is the only thing women can do is be secretary?
No.
It's not what we said. I will tell you another lie that you've been told, though. Another lie that you've been told is it's okay to have children out of wedlock.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's a lie.
Wait, Wesley, before we go to forward, because I know where you're about to go.
Oh, okay. Because you're like, that's a whole can of worms.
Yeah. I want to ask this. We were talking about jobs. How many women do you think work at a power plant, Wesley?
Like zero.
What about like a nuclear power plant?
Zero.
A thermal power plant?
Oh, I'm sorry. Does the nuclear power plant have secretaries? Then like however many secretaries that they have.
What about a hot gas and thermal power plant?
Zero.
About electrical grid? Well,
zero.
Shit. Wind turbine?
No, zero.
Field? God damn it. Solar field?
Zero.
Fucking, what about
firemen? Zero.
Well, you know why they can't be firemen, right?
Because it doesn't make sense.
You know how many women fail?
You can't just shame somebody back to life. Right? You can't show up at a fire and shame the fire completely out. Like, really? Is this what you do with all the houses? You just sit here and burn everything down? That's what you do, huh? This is how fires be acting. This is how fires be acting right here.
Do you get the I don't know if you keep up with the times with the I get the naval time. I don't know if you get the army times or anything like that, but there's a petition for the rules to be changed to be gender and age neutral when it comes to our training. So no matter how old you are, you should be held at the same standard. So if you're older, if you're a woman, you're a man, you're younger, it don't matter. Everybody's on the same track. So they're trying to lower the requirements to pass. This is military now.
Let's see if more people die or less people die.
More people will die.
Yeah, of course.
More. See, these standards are set so that you don't fucking die. That's the point.
And Anthony, this is what happens. This is why all the fields that women get into, they're very like. What's the big one? Psychology.
Yes.
It's these jobs where you don't have to have concrete results.
I just get to tell my opinion all day.
I feel like
I get to theorize and tell you this is what you should do. And guess what? You can't sue a therapist for bad advice. You know that, right? You know that, right? You can't.
But you also can't work. What did you say, on an electrical grid and be like, I feel like that house does have power. No, it either has power or not.
We need to verify this.
Yeah. I feel like there's a little bit of electricity in there. No, it's got to either be on. I feel like that building's not going to fall down when I build it.
Did we who built the frame? Wait, who built the frame?
I feel like I helped build it, but I didn't know.
See,
I put in 99 of the nails. I didn't put. Jesus over here put in that one nail. So
Wesley, if Kay was a woman and she was Kay Builders, like, would you buy a house?
No. That's what's hilarious. And again, I want to shout out to Kevin Samuel. He always points out, you say I don't need no man. What happens when your toilet and your plumbing go to shit? Well, I call a plumber because, okay, you pay a plumber. Is the plumber going to be a girl or a man?
A man.
Yeah. Because there ain't no fucking woman plumbers. I know this one girl. Shut up. Don't send those emails. I mean, Jesus Christ. If we took a look at female plumbers, does it even equal 1% of the entire population of plumbers?
No.
So when you say you don't need no man, you do need men. And guess what? Men need you too. We can't have children. So you saying that all women are good for it? Shut up. God damn it. That's one thing that's another lie you've been told, is that y'all don't need to shut up. That's another lie y'all been told. Y'all don't need to shut up.
I had this conversation with a friend of mine, and she was telling me that she was talking to a guy who was interested in taking her to a trip out of town. Like, let's call it New York, right? And she said, she told the guy, oh, I've been to New York before. And the guy no longer wanted to take her to New York. And so she was like, why did he was excited about New York, and then I told him I've been, no longer did he want to take me. I haven't heard from him anymore. And I said, well, you suffer from this disease called not shutting the fuck up. Because had you told that man, New York, that's like up north somewhere, right? If you would have played dumb as fuck,
yeah,
and act like you ain't, I'm not telling you to be a dumb bitch. I'm just telling you, if a man is trying to be a man in your life and bring something to you, some kind of value, I don't give a fuck if you lived in New York for 20 years. If he said he wants to take you to New York, shut the fuck up and let him take you to New York. And then enjoy it. Because she was like, yeah, I've been there, but I haven't been with him. Well, that's the point, bitch. So why did you have to tell him, yeah, I've been there, I did this and this and this and that? I said, this is why men like younger women. They have less experience. They don't have all these experiences. I said it with a double ES. I did. Fuck you. Experiences. Because that's what y'all love to fucking do. Y'all love to brag about all the shit you've done.
I'm passionate about travel.
Oh my God! Listen, I'm about to throw your daughter's chair right now because I've come across that too goddamn frequently.
Another lie, right? We find you really interesting if you're passionate about travel. That's another thing they've been lied to about.
But like she said, right? She hadn't been with him, but had you said, that sounds exciting, isn't like if I said this is how you would have went to New York, if you was like, you know what, New York, oh wow, isn't that where it's called the Big Apple, right? I'm not telling you that you're dumb for playing dumb. I'm telling you playing dumb gets you a trip to fucking New York.
Well, I make it a little bit simpler. Use her own words. How sexy would it have been if she'd have just been like, I've been in New York, but I haven't been with you, and smiled.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would have worked.
You just use her own words there.
That would have worked.
But when you try to be sitting high in the saddle, New York, that's old shit.
But she was so confused on why he lost interest. I said, first of all, if you say you've been to New York, he's going to assume you've been to New York with who?
Another dude.
Exactly. And why would he
you
take
went
you
there and fucked
right.
another dude.
Exactly. And why would he want to take you somewhere that another guy took you so you can compare him and him? Because that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And he don't want that stress on something that he's going to most likely pay for.
Let me ask you this, Anthony. When she went to New York the first time, where was her kid?
She don't have any kids.
Well, that's a fucking first. All of these bitches now, all of them have kids, and we were listening to Kevin Samuels. Again, the name of the bit we were listening to is men need to stop lying to women, but who can tell them the truth? He was saying that there was a time where women would have children out of wedlock, and they wouldn't even go to church. It was just shame. Now, Anthony, I don't want women to not be able to go to church. I don't. If you're a spiritual person, I want you to be able to go to church. But on the other side of it, Anthony, I don't want to live in a shameless society either. We have to have some standards. When I was reading books, and I've talked about this on the podcast before, when I was reading books, when I was about to become a father, I was looking at what do I need to do to give my kid the best chance? What do I need to do to give the kid the best fucking chance? And I was thinking, do I need to fucking play music for it while it sleeps? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? And you know what it was? The big one, the biggest factor in successful children.
Staying with the mother.
Having two parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was going to be my number one, staying with the mom.
And then number two was way the fuck down there. It was the percentage was so high on the success rate of children that had two parents. Ladies, you've been lied to. People telling you that it's not shameful to have children out of wedlock. It's not true. But it's not true because these religious reasons that you're going to deny. You're being selfish and you're not doing the best thing for your kid. But he cheated on me, Anthony. But he cheated on me. When you talk about how all these single moms, Anthony, what do they say? Who comes first?
The kids.
Oh, yeah. That's what they say. So they're fucking blue in the face. How much these kids come first and how much they love and they care about their kids. But their husband cheats on them. Bounce. And they think that their kid doesn't need a father. Well, he has visitation. No daily access to a role model of what a male is supposed to be. Well, he treated me like shit. Well, the way he treats you is not the only role modeling that they get from their dad. Watching their dad pay bills, watching their dad hold down a job, There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit that goes into two parents being with one kid. Now, Anthony, our parents didn't stay together. We had step parents along the way, you and I. So it's not the end all be all. But the percentages that are with children where the biological mother and biological father stay, it's astronomical how successful these kids are with just a very, very simple thing. But nobody's brave enough to tell these bitches the truth about this. Nobody's brave enough to tell them that you're not all your children need, ladies.
Well, why are people afraid of telling women the truth? Isn't it simpler to just tell them the truth?
I compare it to weather, Anthony. I compare it to weather. We know that it's a scientific fact that air moves from very, very high pressure environments to very, very low pressure very quickly. When the pressure changes, the air, and this is where we get wind from, we have air traveling at a fast speed from an area of really high pressure to an area of real low pressure. Women, they travel from being told facts to like traveling quickly to tell me what I want to hear. And I want that to be reality. They can't sit in a space and hear facts. They can't. Because and why not? Why not? Because parents don't teach them that. Because they probably got half the parental force there. Parents don't teach little boys it's okay for girls not to be happy all the fucking time. They don't teach them that now.
Well, they are always considered, especially when I was growing up, the girls were the weaker species, and you got to be careful playing around girls.
Yeah.
So you knew that growing up, but you also knew that they got special privileges because even if a girl hits you, you can't hit a girl back because she hit you. I remember I was in elementary school and I was outside waiting for my babysitter to pick me up. We had to wait in this area. And the girl, I can't remember, she was in my class, I guess, I don't know. But she hit me in the face with her backpack. And the strap, like, hit me in the eye. And I think I could have took the hit from the backpack better than the strap hitting me inside my eye.
Yeah.
Well, that
very sensitive place.
Yeah, that pissed me off. I didn't even know I responded to hit her, but I did.
Yeah.
I just naturally went and attacked the person who was attacking me.
Yeah.
I didn't say, "Oh, she's a girl," I just was like, "She attacked me."
Yeah, you just had a fight or flight response.
Yeah. So she tells that I don't know what I did. I don't know if I pushed her or I hit her. I don't remember. I was young. I just remember the consequence I got was I was told on, I got paddled at school and at home 3 times by 3 different adults because all they heard is I was physical with a girl.
Now, I understand the knee-jerk reaction. We don't want to have a society of men that are violent towards women, right? We want to nip that in the bud at an early age. If we see it come up in our children, men hitting women, we want to nip that in the bud. I understand the knee-jerk reaction. But what a lot of people don't deserve is you weren't the only one that learned something that day.
Well, she did too.
She learned that you can game the system.
Yeah, all I got to do is point the finger no matter what I did.
And we could have taught both children a lesson, couldn't we?
Yeah.
We could have been like, "Oh, okay. You hit him first and you hit him. Okay, cool. Watch this shit, bitch. Okay, you go to get your punishment, Anthony.
They both get to watch both get punished."
Ooh, I don't hate that. I don't hate that because when women like just call the cops and send men off to jail, they're not for them on that ride, are they?
No.
That's just, jail is just a faraway place.
Right.
Out of sight, out of mind. And let me tell you, ladies, but don't send me your emails on that either, because what this segment is about is how you've been lied to And that's another lie society has told you. We're always going to, this is the lie, Anthony. We're always going to be here to bail you out if a guy's violent against you. Some women don't make that out alive, do they? Some women get killed.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
Because some women get killed dead because they've got this pattern, this one girl with the backpack that you dealt with. She just keeps getting away with it, keep getting away with it. And then she rolls up on the wrong dude. And let me tell you, all the guys you don't have to worry about, you can call the cops on them. You can call the cops on those guys. The guys you have to worry about are never going to allow you to call the cops. As a matter of fact, you won't be calling anyone again for the rest of your life because you won't have one. So, they had to differentiate in our laws, Anthony, manslaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Because murder is like this premeditated thing. You want to take somebody's life. Manslaughter is like you accidentally killed somebody. The bitch made me so mad. I fucking threw her against the wall. She fucking hit a coat rack in the back of her head, stabbed into her brainstem. She died. Because she just learned at an early age when she hit Anthony with a backpack, I can just game the system. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. And we just did a recent segment on crazy bitches. I can just do whatever the fuck I want to do. And ladies, that's a lie. You're putting yourself in danger. You can't do whatever you want to do.
Man, I didn't even think about that when we talked about that in the last segment. What if I was quick to violence when you act crazy?
Well, men and women are equal, right? I'm watching all these movies, Anthony. Women must just be able to beat up guys because I see it in every fucking movie. We have this new show on right now called The Equalizer where Queen Latifah is just beating the shit out of grown men. You telling me that's not real? Women could just defend. They could just take like a Krav Maga class and they're good to go, right? Anthony answers me with his silence.
There's this lady. She likes to, and I don't know if this is a bit or not, but she goes to all these self-defense classes, and her husband is an actual fighter, right? Mm-hmm. So she goes to him and tries to sneak attack him to show her husband that she can take him, and he'll be chilling, drinking tea on the porch, and she was like, "Hey, honey, I learned this in class. Can you come and do this?" And he was like, "All right." So he's annoyed and shit. He gets up. She goes into the stance. She goes to swing. He sweeps her, tacks to the ground, like pushes her to the ground. She can barely move. He was like, "Hey, go get my money back." I get a refund because the classes that you're taking is waste of time. It's funny.
And here's the thing on that. And I've told this story before. And on my fight team, we had a girl that was fighting. We had a girl that was fighting for the UFC, the UFC world title. Tanya Edinger, look her up. She fought Cyborg and didn't embarrass herself, by the way. She was in our gym. Guys that just started were having no problem with her. And you know, all your fucking Entourage movies and all these bullshit movies, they think it's hilarious. By the way, we could do a deep dive on that too, Anthony, on a segment in the future. Why is it hilarious in film, movie, media when women beat up guys? Why is that just so fucking hilarious when the adverse is not even close to being true, right?
Right.
But, you know, watch these Entourage movies. Ronda Rousey versus Turtle. Oh, my God. If you could even land one punch on me, Turtle, I'll let you fuck me. I don't know why that's fucking fun at all. Because if a guy walked up to a woman and was like, "Hey, if you can even land one punch on me, I'll give you $5,000, bitch." It'd be like, what a bully. What a mean guy. What a dick.
I don't know, man. That sounds like he's trying to help women in the economy, bro. One punch, 5 G's. Come on.
Well, I mean, she was saying, hey, if you can land Ronda Rousey in the Entourage movie, she was saying, I'll let you fuck me, giving Turtle something he wants. Let's be honest, that's what women want. Woman wants 5 G's. But even then, it doesn't sound good. Even though the woman's getting $5,000, it's just like, don't beat up a chick.
You know what? You'll get 2 different responses for two different outcomes. Because if she's able to get the money, they're gonna be like, hooray, women. But if she don't, and she gets embarrassed and destroyed, why would he do that to her? She's a woman. So they'll take the reward. They won't take the consequence. That is one of the most frustrating things I think that men hear from women a lot. They're willing to take all the rewards when it comes to everything that it takes for them to be an adult and go to school, get these jobs, and do this. But when the consequence is no man, well, why not? Why can't I get a man? And why can't I get a man of high value or of or prestige or status or power? Why can't I get that? Well, you have a consequence because you were able to have the same access to those men as you did when you were younger, but you chose something else instead. Can I be in 2 different marriages? When you marry your career versus a man, you most likely won't have that man. You'll have your career. Congratulations, you're successful. But the flip of the coin are the results of being married to your job. I'm not saying not to. Do you, boo?
Yeah.
But don't be in men's face and saying men need to start wearing women who are past their prime and can. And what we talk about when you get a certain age, you start the danger zone.
Danger zone, as Kevin Samuels calls it.
Danger zone. So it's like if you are in the danger zone because you've been working and you want kids, man, I see women 42, 45 years old saying they still want kids on these dating apps.
Oh my God. I'm
like, how, Sway?
That's a football team down. That's a college football team down 72-3 in the 4th quarter with 5 minutes left going, all right, guys, let's start scoring some touchdowns.
Wait. So you mean we've been not scoring touchdowns on purpose?
Oh. We've been playing around this whole time. Now, hey, with 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter, now time to get serious, okay?
Look, man,
that's what a 45-year-old wanting to have a child sounds like to me. Anthony, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Because this is I was purposely saving this one for last. Because this is one of the biggest lies women are being told in this day and age. And I'll just ask you this question, Anthony. When I tell you she's a strong woman,
okay,
what are you? And I'm just talking about reality. Like when you hear a woman, well, tell me more about Sarah. Well, she's a strong woman. She's a strong woman. She's a strong woman. What do you immediately know the facts are about this chick?
She's combative.
She's a cunt. Yeah. Yeah. That's the biggest lie. You're not considered strong unless you're a fucking cunt to men. You got an education for no reason. you got a job you hate for no reason. Usually in a career field where there's no concrete results that you have to offer. Like when the internet goes down. Well, I feel like that house has internet. No, it's either got internet or it's not.
Man, this just brought up a point. I was in a relationship of significance. I was married. I don't know why I didn't just say that. I was I was married to a chick, and she had a she was a pharmacist, right? And she asked me opinion. She had ability or opportunity to say that to come up and get a promotion in a job that would pay her about $35,000 more that's somebody's whole
someone else's
salary.
whole career.
Salaries just to take on the responsibility of sending a report out at the end of the month and handling the schedules of the people in her, department, whatever you want to call it, her store, her specific store. Let's say that. So I was like, yes. I mean, that's all you have to do. Like that's an easy yes to me, right? So
but I'll have to make the schedule.
So I'm thinking about this, man. In my mind, I'm like, if I went to school for something of this significance of because there's not a lot of people that say that they can be, they are pharmacists, right? So if I'm a pharmacist and I can get a position to increase my pay, I have a family, and all I have to do is a couple more responsibilities that may keep me at work a little bit longer than normal, 2 days out of the month.
Yeah, but Anthony, I can only guess that those hours that she would spend at work, that would take away from her having sex with you and all the cleaning that she was doing at home at the time, all the laundry she was doing, all the meal preparations that she was doing for you guys. I feel like you're being a little insensitive. I mean, it would take away from all those wifely duties that she was doing, very disciplined-like.
Nah.
Oh, wait.
Nah.
Wait, that's not what's going on?
Nah. What was funny to me though, but to finish this story out, she said that eventually she didn't want it anymore, right? And I was like, why? Like, what is it stressing out? She was like, yeah, I don't feel like dealing with people's schedules, telling me all these excuses on why they can't work one day this week and the other day. And, like, I gotta fill out this schedule, and I'm like. And it's just too much, and I gotta, because she's not really a good people person, to be honest with you. But she wasn't. Oh,
she's not a good people person today. What would a man have to do in that situation? He'd have to fucking become a good people person. Well, are we just in a fucking static stay how the fuck we are environment in life? Jesus Christ, bitch.
Well, she said that eventually she didn't want that position no more. And the guy who stepped down from the position was said that, he had an issue at home, like with his family. So he said, I need to step down from this position. So that's how that position became available. So she went to ask him, hey, can you take this position back? Because I don't want it anymore, right? But she didn't discuss that with me. She just told me when she did it, why she did it, right? So I'm looking at her like, wait, like the money that you turned down, like, is almost the salary I'm making. So you're taking like a job that I could have did. All you had to do is, okay, fine. If it stressed you out that much, that's cool. But what if it was on the other hand?
Well, I just caught you lying to her though. It's not fine.
No, I didn't say. I didn't
it's
tell
not
her.
Fine. It's incredibly irresponsible to not bring home an additional $35,000 to your family. It's incredibly irresponsible. It's not fine.
And you're in a
There's
profession.
no excuse. Yeah.
That's your profession. That's the profession you paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans to.
Yeah.
When I met her, she had $97,000 in student loans. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of fucking money. So it was baffling to me. But if me as a man could have made this much money, and then I said, you know what, I don't want to work that hard, I'm gonna make less money. So hey, don't be trying to plan anything because the money is gonna be a lot less than normal. I don't care when you said I was lying. I really didn't. I didn't care. We kept our money separate anyway. We was not a real couple. Our marriage was pretty splintered. So it wasn't a normal fucking marriage anyway. But it just baffled me, man, that a woman can be like, yep, I can just do less.
Mm-hmm.
And because I don't want to. There's no weight on my shoulders to have to succeed and do better and become great at what I am. Because who knows what that leads to, having the experience of being over that store. Because like when she writes her, they don't even have resumes. They have what is it called? Damn, I hate that. I'm forgetting this.
They don't even have resumes. They have. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I know nobody that's in pharmacology.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. It's very few people that are in this, but she decided not to move up. She wanted to stay.
Can I pose a question?
What's up?
Would she self-describe herself as a strong woman?
Of course.
When ideally, and I'm talking about in the ideal sense of the word of a strong woman would take the $35,000 raise so that their family could be in a better position. That's what ideally a strong person of either gender, really. But no, we have taken, and this is, you've been lied to, ladies. When you're a cunt to everybody, people lie to you and say that you're strong so that you feel better about being a fucking cunt. But I'm here to tell you, on this show, you're going to have to eat your vegetables. You're a fucking cunt. Now, I want to point out something else in Anthony's story. Anthony, so your wife, even though she was masquerading to all of her family and friends as this career woman, though she was masquerading as this important person in the pharmacology profession, didn't want to take a promotion because I don't feel like doing this. 35K. Now let me ask you, Anthony, that's kind of a half-ass approach to your career, isn't it?
Hell yeah.
Is she the only woman in the career world doing shit like that?
Nah.
Because they just think, I shouldn't have to do this. A man should fucking pay my bills. A man should make more money than me and shit like that. So I just want to bring up that point, Anthony. If she's not the only woman just kind of half-ass approaching her career until Superman comes down with his bag of money and makes it where she doesn't have to work anymore, I'm just going to point out that if there's a lot of women in career fields doing this, you shouldn't be asking for equal pay with your half-ass approach to your temporary career. You should be letting the men get the promotions and shit, because they're actually going to have to keep working after you go fucking hang out and eat bonbons on the couch when you pump out 2 or 3 kids when Superman comes down with his bag of money to save you.
It was.
You're not taking your career seriously.
It was one of the most odd scenarios I ever had to like live through.
And I can't even imagine you going through that, Anthony, because it's just like you're sitting here. It's like you're talking to a fucking crazy person. Because I bet that bitch in her church, her friends and family, I bet she masquerades as this powerful strong career woman. But bitch couldn't handle a promotion? How many fucking men leave jobs because they can't get promotions? You know what I'm saying? And here go a bitch. Nah, I don't want to make no schedules. And this half-ass approach, these fucking same women have the audacity to sit around and talk about equal pay for equal work. Man, bitch, equal pay for equal work.
What are women saying to support? Because this is what they do. They support each other no matter how asinine their decisions are. What are women saying about her for saying, well, if she knew she didn't want the responsibility, she don't have to have the responsibility.
Oh, let me tell you, they're not saying anything about this because she doesn't go tell them this shit.
Oh no, that's not
that's the reality.
Yeah, they're not telling that story at all.
They're telling all the other stories that make them look like a hotshot.
Yeah,
but they don't go tell the one like, I didn't want to take the promotion, unless they're humble bragging. I do see that happen sometimes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was like, well, if she knew that she wanted to spend more time at home because that's what she wanted to do, because then you got to respect her wanting to be at home because she want her family. And I'm like,
no, I don't.
Nah,
no, I don't.
Because she was the type of wife who will buy food before she cook food.
Yeah.
So
I knew that about this person. Yeah.
and it was no gender roles in that house. We both did, and because she worked at night, it fell on my lap more. So and I can hear you. Well, she had to do everything, I bet, and that's why she didn't have the time.
I bet. I feel like she had to do everything. If you guys haven't been picking up on it, this whole podcast, there's usually a bunch of bullshit that comes out of a woman's mouth when she says, "I feel something." That's why Anthony points out that they don't work in jobs where you have to have like concrete. Is the electricity on? Or no?
Right.
Well, I feel like the electricity should be on because no. You're working in a definite concrete field. Do we have power or not? Does the Wi-Fi on or not? This has to work. Does this internal combustion engine that we're going to put in this production car, does it work? Yes or no? Excuse me, ma'am. Does this all electrical car drive places? Yes or no? I feel like it should work, though. I think
I don't know if you saw Kevin Samuels, one of his latest videos. He said, and I think you would like this because he gave an example of if Thanos snapped his finger.
Oh, yeah. I did listen to that one.
Okay, and all men went away, and when I tell you, I was laughing out loud on this one when he said, if all men went away and you had to survive on your own, and the chick said that she would go to the beach and get some salt water to boil the water if there was no water, and you didn't hear this? You didn't hear this one part?
No,
oh, my God.
Already wrong there, isn't she?
Yes.
Is that all you got to do is boil salt water and it becomes drinkable?
And then he said, and then you will die. and she was like confused, like, why? I boiled the water. he was like, see, and you say you don't need a man to survive, and that's the killing part. That's the killing part. Y'all so strong because y'all feel that you can do something. Don't mean that you actually can do something.
Wrap your mind. I'm sorry. I'm stuck on that for a second. Wrap your mind around the city of Los Angeles gets all their water. Guess where? From the Colorado fucking River. If it was just as simple as running down to the beach, all we gotta do is boil this water. Jesus, I mean, the whole west coast of California would be nothing but one giant city from top to bottom of that fucking state. If all you had to do, I bet a lot of any women listening to this right now, their minds blown. I didn't know that there wasn't enough water in California. Yeah, ladies. That's why everybody don't live in California. That's why everybody in California is in these very concentrated places because they can't fucking get water to them. The city of San Antonio exists because they have an aquifer under the city because that hill country environment is terrible on water. But they have an underground aquifer. It's actually pretty fascinating if you read into it. They even have an endangered species that exclusively lives in that aquifer, the only place on planet Earth. But I digress. But if it was just as simple, this is a dumb bitch. If it was just as simple as going down to the beach and just boiling it, the whole West Coast, Anthony, would just be a giant Metroplex, nobody would live anywhere else on the continent. I would go boil some water.
He did the he do the sound effect with the elephant the walk. He said
Boom, boom, boom,
yeah,
boom,
he
boom,
said
boom,
so you
boom,
gonna take
boom,
your
boom.
ass to the beach and he put the sound effect dum, 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 and then he said and you gonna get a pot of water and you walk your ass back to the car. Dum, 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 dum. When I tell you I hollered out loud, bro.
God, dude.
I was crying, man. That was so funny. But the thing is, they get so emotional about the conversation of how things were said, except for what is actually being said. So, if you take your emotions out of it, right, ladies, if you just say,
And actually have to learn shit that's not in the field of psychology or what are these other fucking bullshit majors these fucking chicks get, where they don't really have to prove or get any results, or pharmacology. That's off the radar. I wonder if a lot of women are in pharmacology.
Yes, it is. I don't know what the percentage is, but anytime because at first it was something I didn't notice because I don't go get pharmaceutical medicines often, but now you can get confused because there's like pharmacy aides in there. Not all of them are pharmacists, but I learned the ones that's wearing that white coat is typically the pharmacist in there. So,
but it does seem like a woman's type of environment because it's low risk.
yeah,
They're not having to invent anything.
There's no danger zone in there. So,
we'll play this quick little soundbite to the Wi-Fi and the power in my house. If women were in charge of that shit, this is how all the Wi-Fi and electrical power in Houston would go. Sorry, I had to shout out Kevin Samuels on that one when he starts playing taps.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, electricity. Good night, power. Yeah, that does seem like a very a job women would want to get into. It's very it's not really results driven. It's just put this many pills in here.
You're responsible for your mixtures, your combinations. Like you can't mix medicine up with someone else. It's highly detailed.
Yeah.
But
the person that's at risk is the person picking up the medicine, not you.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the worst that could happen with you is you get fired.
Well, you'll lose yeah.
I mean, if you're working on a skyscraper, the worst thing that could happen is you step in the wrong place and you fall 58 stories to your fucking death. Don't see a lot of women in those jobs, do you?
Nah. Because if a man was in our life, he would be like, "Nah, babe, don't. Nah, I'll do that job."
Yeah.
Because if she's 3 months pregnant, that's a high risk. You're not only killing one, you're killing two people, right?
Now, Anthony, I can only assume that women have turned this podcast off a long time ago and flipped over to Steve Harvey.
Yeah, and there's no females still listening right now.
What's the solution? How do we get more women to listen to more facts?
Again, man, I think I don't know if we said this in this segment or the last, but I think they need to find the truth for themselves and teach each other, because there's nothing that we can tell them, because our tone, and because we are not team female, is going to be a problem for them to absorb that information.
You know who the team female is to me? They're the Arizona Cardinals. I'm indifferent. I don't care if the Arizona Cardinals win games or lose games, tie games. I don't care at all. I literally just do not care. It's one of those it's one of those things where, like, I'm here to try to help you, Arizona Cardinals. I'm here to tell you what you're doing wrong, why you can't win games. But if you don't want to listen to it, if you don't want to hear the truth, I don't know what to do for you. Anthony is pulling up a clip here for our audience.
Play this clip for the audience, man.
All right.
This is what women need, not us. They need each other.
Is that what they need? Atlanta, Georgia.
Wait, is that a commercial?
You see these bitches getting off a plane.
It's advice to women looking for the perfect man.
Good morning.
Hold on, that's not the right one. Let me see if it plays.
Just made a new post on Instagram for my pictures
Oh
into
my
blue.
This is
so fine.
more lies to women right
Guys,
here.
if you are not walking in
Go
your
forward. Let me see if it's gonna play. Cause she was sitting down when she said it. Yeah, right there, the black flag. Go to the right. There we go.
I love you. But I'm going to start a little love challenge because y'all already know we manifest in love all 2021. So, we're
So set this up for our audience. And this is B. Simone. Goes off on women looking for the perfect man. We're seeing a lot of her looking into the cameras to look at herself, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of this Western woman narcissism. I don't know if it annoys you guys. It annoys the fuck out of me. But let's listen to what B. Simone says.
the animals out here.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
We're manifesting love. But here's the little challenge. We got all these things we want in a man. A list of things. He got to be tall. He got to be dark. He got to be handsome. He got to have pretty teeth. He got to be a family man. He got to be financially stable. He got to be rich. He got to be successful. He got to be all these things. And we ain't even have the things on that list. He got to be a family man. You ain't talked to your mama in 6 months, but you want him to be a family man. He got to be financially stable. Your account is in the negative, ma'am. Overdraft fees. He got to have a job. You need to go fill out some applications because you're still unemployed. He got to have pretty teeth. You ain't seen a dentist in 6 years. He got to have a six-pack and be in shape. You can't even walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing. Get your life together. This whole list that he got to be. You ain't even half the things on that list. So this is what I challenge you to do. So we can manifest love all 2021. Make that list of that perfect dream man that you got in your mind. Then, what I did, make a list of the type of woman he would need right by his side.
Ooh.
You want him to be in shape? You need to get to the gym. Equally yoked, bitch. You want him to be financially stable? Well, you need to start saving. Because you can't keep a dime to your name. Huh? You want him to be a family man? Call your mama. You become a family woman. Heal your traumas before you put all this on him. You want him to be patient. Your patience is thin. You want him to be understanding. You're the least understanding person in your circle of friends. But he got to be understanding. Fix you. Fix you. Whatever you want, become that. He got to be in shape. We eat chips every day.
Wow. Wow. I was kind of impressed by B. Simone there. I mean, I'm kind of where she's at. If you only become half the things on the list of things that you want. But do you see the difference, Anthony, between men and women? If a man wants something, he's like, what do I got to do? Right? And that's immediately where our mind goes. What do I got to do? Women, they just immediately go to, I need to psych myself up, talk about how I don't need no man, talk about how high my standards are for this person that's just supposed to fall out of the sky for me, and do nothing to accomplish your goals. And these bitches want to get paid the same in the workplace. And their mindset is hold out their hands and just be given their dream guy. Are you telling me that that's the only way that manifests itself in that person's life? You don't think that they act like this at work too? I was pretty impressed with B. Simone there.
Well, what I want to point out, if you're not paying attention, guys, if you're slow, especially the women, if you're still here, another woman recognizes your bullshit.
We've said that on this show before, haven't we? No, as much red pill as we get as guys, nobody sees women's bullshit like women do.
And she pointed it out and said, "You're asking for a lot. Are you even that?" And then she came and ended it on something even better with, "What can you do for the guy you want? What kind of woman can you be? Does he need that you can fit in and be a helpmeet to this man?" Now, Wesley, me and you saying that, with the way we say it, how we say it, with our personality, that's going to hit a little different than your girl, B. Simone. Now, she's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Not the most attractive.
No.
I'll give her a 6.
Mm-hmm.
But she's actually successful. She has her own shit. But at the same time, I'm be more attracted to her personality than her actuality. What I mean by that is I don't care about what she got going on for her. How she make me feel when I'm with her. That's more important to me than what she got going for her.
Yeah.
And that's what she was saying at the end. Figure that out, ladies. Ladies, figure it out.
Sit down and actually give it some thought. There's a concept, isn't it, Anthony?
She wrote it down. She said, "Look, do what I did. Write the shit down."
And by the way, showed her work. She had a notebook right there in her hand. She's like, "I wrote this shit down. What would a man like that want?" And then she said, "Then manifest it."
Right.
And it was one of those things where, like, I never see women put any kind of thought like that. All they do is go to all these places that serve them nothing but mental candy, tell them exactly what the fuck they want to hear. And I'll tell you, when I hear people critique our show, do you know what I always hear? It's the consistent critique of our show. Yeah, what you guys are saying is like, it's true. I agree. But the way y'all are coming across, I'm suggesting that I censor myself.
Yeah.
To make things more palatable for people. Yeah. Listen, guys. Listen. We don't have any fucking people in grade school or high school listening to this show. You can't even click on this shit unless you're 18 on YouTube.
Yeah.
Grow up, everybody. Grow up, ladies. And, ladies, if you can possibly listen to a little bit more of Wesley and Anthony telling you the truth, a little bit more of Wesley and Anthony telling you the truth, and a whole lot less of Steve Harvey, your pastor, your dumbass parents that are feeling around blindly in the dark, your crazy huddle of women friends telling you nothing but lies.
Step out of confirmation bias.
And step to the truth. These things, ladies, this was meant for your benefit so that you can get closer to happiness and be further away from blue hair and facial piercings. On a feminist website ranting about equal pay and all this other bullshit while you waste all your fertile and best years ensuring that you're going to be lonely when you're an old woman with all your cats and dogs smelling up your house. Anthony, I thought this podcast was going to be a little bit more positive than it ended up being.
Hey, you just gotta follow where it goes sometimes, man.
Yeah, because, I mean, the truth does hurt. But the truth's important. Unless the end game, like I said, is just going to be MGTOWs on one side of the fence. I don't need a man on the other side of the fence. When you're sitting over there, I mean, talk about cutting off your nose to spite your face. It doesn't have to be that way. We can come together and be attractive to the other sex. And I'm talking about on both sides.
Yeah.
We mostly coach men, but if women can make themselves go back to being feminine and making themselves attractive to men once again, we don't have to have two sides of a fence. We just have men and women together being happy. Wouldn't that be better, guys?
I wanna point out we're not sitting here setting up a lie to you. It's just not a lying wouldn't benefit us.
No. And I certainly wouldn't waste my time with it.
Not this long. Hell no.
No.
And this is verifiable. You can look this up. You can talk to the man if you ask them for the truth. You know the man that'll tell you the truth? The man who ain't trying to fuck you.
Because he's not attracted to you.
He'll tell you the truth. If you want the truth, ask a man you trust in your circle of friends, your family members, and you want the truth. Don't hold any punches. Tell me the truth. I want the truth. You'll get it.
And it'll sound a lot like what you're hearing here on the Red Pill Phone Tap.
Thank you for listening.
Until next time.
Peace.
Tell the truth out there.